I'm Jack Nolan, joined right now by Notre Dame recruiting coordinator and defensive line coach Mike Elston, and obviously a lot of focus on this defensive line. A lot of people are wondering just how productive it can be. Your evaluation midway through training camp.
Well, we're right in the middle of the process, and I'm very excited about the growth of a lot of guys, and the goal right now is to continue to build the depth from the young guys that will be playing inside and continue to grow the production from the outside. So we got guys like Dalen Hayes and Andrew Trumbetti and Jay Hayes and Julian Aquara, Khalid Kareem, Ade on the outside, and they bring great speed and power, and I believe that the production will be much improved from a year ago. And then Jerry Tillery and Jonathan Bonner are playing their best football. So inside, we just need to build that depth with young men like Brandon Teesum and Micah Treadway, two freshmen with Myron and Kurt Heinisch. So we got a great battle going on in there, and I'm very happy with the progress so far.
This defense made a lot of improvement during the latter half of last season. I know you had a lot to do with that, very heavily involved in the game planning, and now Coach Elko is in here as the defensive coordinator, and it really looks to me like there's been a lot of buy-in and a lot of comprehension of his defensive system.
Yeah, no, the guys have taken a great accountability for the mistakes that we made a year ago, and we didn't spend a lot of time on them as a defense. But as a defensive line, with me having been here, I was able to address a few things with the attention to detail, accountability, and how we played the game. So we were able to put that behind us, and the guys have been great with the growth and maturity and obviously the understanding of our new defensive system.
And one of the hallmarks of Elko's systems in recent years has been they pressure the quarterback and they turn the football over. What are you seeing in those areas?
Same thing. I believe that we'll be able to get after the quarterback very early, and we got some great edge pass rushers with Dalen and Julian and the guys, and then obviously we work every day with the turnovers, and so we're getting after the football.
I know Coach Elston says too much is being made of the rover position. I'm kind of fascinated by it. I mean, it's not a new concept. Other schools have used it, but you seem to have the perfect people to play in that position. How does that impact your line play when you generally have like a center fielder who is roaming around and can actually take advantage of some of the holes that the defensive line creates?
Right. Well, those guys are big physical, football players that add another layer to your run defense. So, when it's a nickel, when it's an undersized, safety or a corner that typically comes in a nickel package, you don't have that kind of girth. But to be able to put a first and second down linebacker / safety, which we call rover, that's a great addition, and we have some really talented guys there.
Right now, about 2.5 weeks away from the Temple game, do you feel comfortable? Coaches never have enough time, but do you have enough time to make all the strides that you want to make to take on a Temple team that is a very challenging opening game opponent?
Yes, I believe there is enough time. I believe that we've had a great camp so far with the defensive line, and there's a lot of things that we need to work on to continue to grow, and it's a process, and it wasn't going to happen overnight. But I feel confident that when we put a product on the field against Temple, it'll be something to be proud of.
As focused as you are right now on coaching this defensive line and getting them ready to play football, recruiting never ends in this day and age. And while you can't talk about specific young men who have committed to the university, you guys have been making a lot of progress in getting a lot of guys to commit both in the class you'll sign in February, and you're actually getting some work done in the class after that.
Right. Well, the whole staff has made a commitment to it. I believe that as a whole staff, we've done a great job. The defensive staff I can talk to because I'm in there every day, and Coach Elko does an amazing job of his preparation for recruiting and the vision for the defensive personnel in recruiting, and we evaluate a bunch of guys and we make decisions on them much earlier, and then we flip it over to their academics and character, and when all that checks out, then we're able to move forward a lot faster than we have in the past.
All right, Mike, thank you very much for the time.
Absolutely.
With Notre Dame defensive line coach and recruiting coordinator Mike Elston, I'm Jack Nolan reminding you this training camp report brought to you by our friends at St. Joseph Health System.